Haile Selassie I, born Tafari Makonnen on July 23, 1892, was the Emperor of Ethiopia from 1930 until his deposition in 1974. Here is a brief biography of Haile Selassie. Early life. Tafari Makonnen was born in Ajersagaro, a town in the Harar province of Ethiopia. He was the son of Ras Makonnen, a nobleman and governor of Harar. Following the death of his father when he was young, Tafari was raised by Menelik II, Emperor of Ethiopia, who recognized his intellectual abilities. Rise to power. Tafari rose through the ranks in the Ethiopian aristocracy and served in various administrative and military roles under Menelik II and Empress Suditu. In 1930, after the death of Empress Suditu, Tafari was crowned Emperor of Ethiopia and took the name Haile Selassie, meaning Might of the Trinity. Italian invasion and exile. Haile Selassie faced the invasion of Ethiopia by Italian forces led by Benito Mussolini in 1935. Despite his appeals to the League of Nations for assistance, Ethiopia was occupied. In 1936, Haile Selassie went into exile, living in England, Palestine, and eventually settling in Bath, England. Returned to Ethiopia. In 1941, with the assistance of Allied forces during World War II, Haile Selassie returned to Ethiopia and reclaimed his throne, marking the end of the Italian occupation. His return was met with joy and celebration among the Ethiopian people. Modernization and reform. Haile Selassie implemented a series of modernization and reform initiatives in Ethiopia, including the introduction of a constitution and the establishment of the first Ethiopian parliament. He also worked towards improving education, infrastructure, and healthcare. OAU and Pan-Africanism. Haile Selassie was a key figure in the establishment of the Organization of African Unity (OAU) in 1963, which aimed to promote unity and cooperation among African nations. He was a strong advocate for Pan-Africanism and played a diplomatic role in African affairs. Deposition in later years. In 1974, Haile Selassie was deposed in a coup led by the Derg, a Marxist-Leninist military junta. He was initially placed under house arrest and later imprisoned. Haile Selassie died under suspicious circumstances on August 27, 1975. The official cause of death was listed as respiratory failure. Legacy. Haile Selassie is a central figure in the Rastafari movement, which considers him a messianic figure and the earthly representation of God, Jah. His legacy is complex, with admiration for his efforts to modernize Ethiopia, his role in resisting Italian occupation, and criticism for aspects of his rule, including issues of governance and human rights. Haile Selassie's impact on Ethiopia and his symbolic significance in the Rastafari movement ensure his lasting place in history.